You didn't choose your personality. Not really. You think you did, maybe, because it feels so completely like you. The way you get quiet in certain rooms. The way you overthink things people said 3 days ago. The way certain songs hit differently than they should. That feels like you. But the truth is, most of what you call your personality was being written long before you had any say in the matter. And the strange part? You can't see any of it happening. There's no moment where you think, yes, I'll adopt this coping mechanism right here. No decision to become someone who needs control, or someone who avoids conflict at all costs, or someone who gets uncomfortable when people get too close. It just happens. Slowly. Invisibly. Built from thousands of tiny moments you've already forgotten. Think about the environments you grew up in. Not just the big dramatic events, the everyday texture of your life. Whether the adults around you were emotionally available or checked out. Whether love felt stable or conditional. Whether your house felt safe or tense. Your nervous system was learning from all of it, constantly. Every repeated experience was quietly training you, teaching you what to expect from people, what emotions were okay to express, what you needed to do to feel secure. And eventually, those lessons stopped feeling like lessons. They just became who you are. Here's what's wild. Some of the patterns most wired into you come from experiences you don't even consciously remember. The brain forms its deepest templates early, before language, before logic, before you had any ability to question what was happening. So you can be walking around today, reacting to a coworker or a relationship in ways that feel completely instinctive, completely justified. And underneath that, your nervous system is responding to something that happened when you were 4 years old. You're not reacting to now, you're reacting to then. That's not a metaphor. That's literally how memory and emotion work. The brain doesn't always distinguish clearly between a past threat and a present one. A familiar feeling activates a familiar response, which is why you can be a fully functioning adult and still, in certain moments, feel something childlike take over. A familiar anxiety, a familiar shutdown, a need to disappear or to fix everything immediately. And you can't quite explain where it comes from. Then there's the people in your life, the ones who shaped you in ways you're still uncovering. Because the relationships you grow up observing become your unconscious blueprint for what relationships are, what love looks like, whether people stay or leave, whether conflict destroys things or resolves them. You absorb all of it, not by being taught, by watching, by feeling. And the model you build in your head becomes the lens through which every future relationship gets filtered, often without you realizing you're wearing a lens at all. There's a specific kind of discomfort that comes from recognizing this. When you start noticing a pattern in yourself, something you do that doesn't serve you, something you keep repeating, and you realize you learned it somewhere. You weren't born anxious. You weren't born avoidant. You weren't born with a need to prove yourself to people who'll never acknowledge it. That was taught. That was shaped. And the uncomfortable question that follows is, if I didn't choose any of this, what exactly is me? That question feels destabilizing at first, but there's actually something quietly freeing buried in it. Because if your personality was shaped by forces, environments, experiences, other people, then it isn't as fixed as it feels. The same brain that was trained by your past is capable of being trained by your present. Not easily, not overnight, but genuinely. The patterns feel permanent because they're deeply familiar. Familiarity and permanence aren't the same thing, even though your brain treats them like they are. What's even stranger is how much of your personality is a form of protection. The wall you put up, that was once a solution. The perfectionism, the people-pleasing, the need to stay in control, every one of those patterns made complete sense in the environment where they were formed. They were adaptations. Your mind found a way to navigate something difficult, and it kept that strategy on file. The problem is, it keeps using it even when the original situation is long gone. You've changed rooms, changed cities, changed relationships, but the strategy didn't get the update. So you end up filtering a completely different life through a much older map. And most people never fully see that map. They just live inside it, experiencing its contours as reality, assuming the way they see the world is simply the way the world is, not understanding that they're looking through a lens that was handed to them, shaped by forces they never examined. Every invisible thing that made you, the house, the silence, the patterns of the people around you, the things you weren't allowed to feel, it's all still running in the background. Quiet, invisible, present. You don't have to untangle all of it, but there's something important in just knowing it's there. If something in this video felt uncomfortably familiar, the comment section might be the most interesting place on the internet right now.